GunninGamerz here.
Chore Log number 8.
That is right, it is Chore Log number 8 for Farming Simulator 17. It feels like it's our first Chore Log because it has been, I think, since February, and we're like about to come in October. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. We haven't done any chore logs, and man, have you guys and gals been asking for them. So we're back. We've been really hammering this past couple months on Twitch, doing all of our live streaming every Sunday for the last 3.5 years. With that being said, we are here on a brand new map that we started on Twitch about a week or two ago, and this is Dusty Cove with Seasons Mod. Now, when you're looking around this map, I do want to mention that you will notice a few things that are different as we go. I did about 50 to 60 hours of editing, changing some things on the map, but for the most part, this map is just about darn near perfect right out of the box, and you can get this right from Giant's website. I don't know if it's console compatible, so if you're on console, I'm not sure. We don't do any of that here, just a PC, but you can definitely get this right off of Giant's website, and it's an amazing, amazing map. And I want to give a huge shout out to Dusty Dave, which is what it says in the author files, for this wonderful, wonderful map. So the other thing that's really special about this map, and Aiden's been kind of noticing a couple things, is that this is Seasons Mod compatible. We have been running Seasons Mod in this map. Seasons Mod is the most amazing mod I think I've ever seen in Farming Sim, and that's not just 17, I'm talking 15, 13, and all the ones before it. There has never been a mod that has blown me away like Seasons Mod. Absolutely changes farming, not even the same game. I highly encourage you to try Seasons Mod. It changes everything, so much more realistic, except of course we can still jump hedgerows. That's got nothing to do with Seasons Mod though. Come on over here and follow me, bud. Here's our cows on this map. So there's so much to talk about with Seasons Mod. I couldn't even begin in one video to go through every little thing. So as we're going, I'll probably be talking about several things, and we're gonna be starting this map. Well, we're already started. We've been through the entire spring. In fact, I'll bring up my HUD here, and you'll see there's our weather that we have on this server. So this is what's going to be going on this week. We've got our weather laid out ahead of us, and if we hit Alt-S, you'll see that in Seasons Mod you've got some different settings. Now that we're logged in as an admin, you can see that the season length is 9 days. You can actually choose anywhere from 3 days all the way up to 24 days. We're going to be running ours at 9 days. Snow mode is on, snow tracks are on, crop moisture, we can run Fahrenheit for us, and all this stuff here is just kind of little tips and things like that. What this does now is this has spring, this has summer, this has fall and winter. So for us it's 9 days of spring, 9 days of summer, fall, winter. With that, you do only put crops in, you know, during the spring, and you can see we've actually planted this field about a week ago in corn, and it hasn't popped yet, but all of our other fields and other crops have popped. They're actually going in a second stage, so hopefully our corn gets going here. It does require that it be a little bit warmer on the soil. Now this runs through, again, spring. Here's days 1 through 3, and we run our server 24/7 in real time, so it really is going to take us almost 2 months to get through a full crop cycle. It really slows things down and makes it a lot more realistic. This overview here kind of explains what you're going to be doing in the spring. This is when you're going to get out and be doing all your planting. In the summertime, you're going to be getting out and you're going to be pretty much cutting grass, fertilizing, getting that last thing of fertilizer put on, and getting your crops ready for the fall harvest, which is again in fall. You're out there doing a little bit of grass cutting still. Spring, you're grass cutting a little bit, but fall, again, harvest. And in the winter, that's a good time to do things like logging. You take care of your animals, because if you don't, they do die in here, and we found that out the hard way. Even though we knew it, it still catches you without much time. It happens very quick. But winter also is a good time to do all of your vehicle maintenance, and that's another thing with Seasons Mod. Again, we won't even be able to scratch the surface of this mod today, but all the vehicles in here, if we find one that has an engine, like this tractor over here, we'll walk up to it, hit our F1 key, and actually I think we gotta jump. Okay, if we jump in it, or you pull it up to the maintenance bay there, it says you have 22 engine hours or 26 days until maintenance is required. Now, as this gets closer to that maintenance interval, this tractor will actually have a hard time running. It'll stall once in a while. It'll take a little bit longer to start. Once you finally let it go past that 30-day or that 30-hour point, you'll basically have a lot of trouble getting this thing running, and you may have to go get the tow bar and drag this thing over to the shop, actually tow it over there. Now in single player, there is a toolbox mod that you can just drive around with that in your truck and then fix anything. That does not work in multiplayer, and we don't really mind because we can just hook up with the tow bar and, like I said, drag it over to the shop, which we haven't had to do yet, but I'm sure it'll happen. Another thing too to throw out there is that when you put equipment away dirty, you'll definitely be going up on the maintenance. So it's very important to clean the equipment when you put it away. We've been trying to do our best. And there's been rumor that things actually have to be in the shed. Like, this game knows when things are put away in a shed and when they're not, because there's actually a snow mask. So when it snows, it doesn't snow in the buildings. Same thing goes with the bales. If you leave bales sitting outside, they will rot. You will lose them. We do have some hay bales sitting over here. These are actually wrapped hay bales. Now, these could sit outside, so if you do leave any bales outside, you gotta have them wrapped, or you will lose them. They'll start rotting. These are all silage bales right here that we did. So there's just 1,000,001 things that you'll have to do in Seasons Mod. And I'll give you guys a link down below that it kind of gives you a rundown from the folks that made the mod to explain everything that Seasons Mod brings. And I'm telling you, it is a massive mod. It is so awesome, and I highly recommend it. So Aiden, are you ready to get to farming here?
Yeah.
Alright, we've got a couple of tasks here. This map, as you guys seen with the flag that I put in here, it is a British. It's designed, being a UK map, so I wanted to represent the UK and all the folks over there that watch us. We got the flag in there for them. And let's see, if we go across over this highway, our cars, you got to watch out. There are cars running around. We'll go over to this yard. This is kind of our little yard over here where we keep a lot of our equipment. You'll notice in the UK they have a lot of little farms spread out all over. Over here it's like we have one big farm with all of our equipment in one spot. Well, it's kind of spread out a little bit here. So this is where the majority of our equipment is. And on this map, one thing I've changed is all the triggers for buying fuel, seed, fertilizer, all that stuff is gone. We've removed it, well, placed it under the map. So we have to actually make our own fuel, and we've got a mod for that. We have to make our own seed fertilizer and liquid fertilizer, but this is where our fuel is stored. And we've got some equipment here that hasn't been dealt with properly. So Aiden, let's first off, because I've been doing a lot of rearranging on our farm, let's get this equipment. Why don't you go in here and pick out a tractor? How about you jump into, yeah, you want to get on that John Deere? That'd be a good one. Jump in that one. There you go. Go ahead and pull that out here. First thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you back up to this piece of equipment over here. This is our Auger Wagon that we actually use for hauling seed around, keeping seed in there. I'm going to have you go ahead and back up to that. There you go. You're doing a good job. Go ahead and hook up. Back up. And there you go. Perfect job. Whoop. I noticed something here. Why don't you pull out here?
Can you run people over still?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can. You can hit them. Come and pull out here for a minute. Go ahead and bring that auger wagon right over here. Alright, you can unhook it right there. There you go. Unhook it and then come over here and grab this planter. I bet you want to do the washing though, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll jump in the tractor. I'll go get the equipment. Go ahead and jump out. I'll go ahead and get the equipment and bring it over to the power washer. I'm going to have you wash these planters. Go ahead and wash that up, if you don't mind. Just the planter. Don't worry about the tractor. Tractor's already clean. We need to get that planter nice and washed. Unfortunately, we don't see him washing it. Yep, spray the planter. Spray the box part. Really make sure you're hitting it. There you go. Get that planter nice and clean. Looks like it's pretty empty too. Better close that cover. Alright, that's good. We're gonna keep this planter over here now. I'll go over here and grab the other planter and you can wash that one up. This one here is gonna need just a little bit of a push. Get it away from that post that it had it stuck in. Back up to it here. I know you're gonna like that about the Seasons mod of having to wash the equipment. So before it was more of a, do you like it looking clean or not? But in here it has a practical purpose. It'll actually save you money in the long run. There you go. Give that a good washing, as they say in the South. Alright, looks like it's almost there. Alright, looks like you got her pretty clean. I'll go ahead and put this one in the other side there. Put that cover down. I'm not really liking the way I'm getting these parked in here because I do want to try to get all 4 of our planters put in here. They're not going to be needed for... I think we figured it out. It's probably going to be towards the end of October or November. So I mean it's going to be a while. And I will be right back. I'm going to go over and grab the other 2 planters. Alright, now these are silos that we're backing in right here, so we definitely don't want to be storing anything in here. Those are sheds right there, and then yeah, we've got those silos, so we shouldn't be keeping anything equipment-wise in those. We'll probably end up filling those with some chaff or, you know, some silage or something when we get that going. I'll bring this over here, you can wash this one up. Alright. There you are, sir. Whoa, hit the fuel tank. That would have been catastrophic. I'm just going to leave that there for you to wash. And I'll run over and grab the other one and bring that over here for you. Okay, the last one. We're backing up to it now. You got the other one nice and clean?
Almost.
Good. Uh-oh. I think I lost my weight. Alright, there we go. And we are running the no collision camera mod, so you'll notice sometimes I end up in the sheds and stuff, but we did that so that we can actually look at the back of our trailers and things like that without having the game camera farting us up. So once in a while, you know, it is nice to have the vanilla style camera, but for the most part, it's pretty good to be able to control it yourself. So he's got that one clean now, or should have it plenty clean. I'm going to pull up with this one, and I'll switch with you. Alright, go ahead and give this one here a wash. And then we'll pull up, and oh, that looks nice. And you got that thing looking brand new again. I don't even think we used it. Alright. Cover's opening up on me there. Alright, backing her in, backing her in. Don't want to hit that other one. Yeah, we bumped her a little bit. A little bit of scuff won't hurt anything. Now, when it comes to planting season, this is a 16-player server, and we've got our Twitch subs that come on and give us a hand. So we will rent a bunch more, but for the most part, I think next time around planting, things will be kind of evened out a little bit as far as having people on the server at different times over the course of the 9-day spring season. We'll have 9 real-life days to get stuff planted. Now, weather definitely plays an effect on your harvest time and maybe planting, things like that. You have to have the soil to a certain temperature in order to be able to plant. Well, not so much to be able to plant, but in order for the crop to actually grow. And you know, the soil has to warm up, and you also have to, when it comes to harvest season, if there's too much moisture in the crop, you actually have to wait for that to dry out if it rains or something like that. So Seasons mod, again, really injects a lot of realism into how we do Farming Simulator, and that's gonna be something again with further chore log videos, and we will get more of these going. We're gonna stay on this now and make this a thing here. We kind of, like I said, did our little dabble over on Twitch, and we're always doing that. We put in 1 to 2 days a week of farming. We can absolutely crush the amount of content that anybody over here on YouTube could do just with the live streaming. Like I said, we're doing anywhere from 5 or 6 hours all the way up to 10 or 12 hours a week of content on Twitch. So it's very important to make sure you're joining us over there. And for those that ask if we can just stream on YouTube, Twitch has got a much better live streaming platform, and we've been over there for coming up to, like I said, 3.5 to 4 years now, and we're not going to be going anywhere from Twitch. So just check us out over on that Twitch. It's free. There's no reason not to be over there. Aiden, now we've got a big job to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this truck here, one of these, there we go. I'm going to take this truck here, and I'm going to load up some grains. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you follow me. Whoa, came out of that shed and had my wheel turned. I'm going to have you follow me in that John Deere tractor with that big auger. Okay, so you're going to take that. Now, I could fill this up with grain, but we're going to be using this truck and trailer for some grass cutting stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this trailer and hook up to that. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to slide right past you here. Probably better get my lights on, right? You better have yours on too for safety. Uh-oh, I didn't swing wide enough here. Hold on. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to fill up the back trailer because I'm going to leave this trailer up at the store. And we're going to take the truck back to the farm, and we're probably going to use this for grass. Now, one thing we've always done was we had our big Western Star with the semi-trailer, and that's how we started out on here, was using this MAN, or MAN as many call it, with the semi-trailer. We've actually switched to these ITs because they're really nice. You can unload them anywhere, and technically you can haul more. They each haul 45,000, so I can haul up to 90,000 between these two instead of hauling 60,000 with the semi-trailer. Now, going through our crops here, we need to make some seed, and probably the best one to use, because the pigs are going to use up some corn, we're going to go ahead and use the barley, and I'm going to fill that, like I said, just in the back one. This is going to be taken up to the seed manufacturing site, and we're going to leave this there, and we're going to run this entire trailer through to get seed made so that we can get right here what Aiden's hauling in the Auger Wagon. This is our seed that has already been made. We want to get this thing full, so come next planting season, this thing is full, and we'll probably end up buying another one, so we've got plenty of seed on hand since we do own every field in the entire map. Alright, bucko, let's go ahead. You don't have to fill up with anything. We're just going to do this trailer. You're just going to follow me. Now, since we're over in the UK, they drive on the other side of the road here. Or I like to say the wrong side of the road, so you got to watch out for cars. Whoa. Alright, yep, watch the car, look both ways, and go ahead and pull out. Looks like O.J. Simpson and the Bronco got in front of you there. Oh, he's behind me. I don't know if he'll pass. Here, I'll let him go by. See if he goes by. Okay, let's let... Oh, don't pass him, don't pass him, don't pass him! Oh my goodness. Hopefully the police don't come. Let's just let him go, and you get right behind me and follow me now, okay? So in Europe, or in UK rather, Europe they drive on the same side of the road as us, but in the UK they drive on the other side of the road. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so here is Dusty Cove. We'll give you a nice little tour. This is the city, or the town. Very nice little UK town. Absolutely cannot say enough. Coming onto this map and seeing how authentic it looks. I just love it. I love the detail that has gone into this map. We'll go around the roundabout. We got a lot of these popping up in Wisconsin. There you go. Go around the roundabout. There you are. Keep going around until you get to this side. You'll see me here. Past the church and the graveyard. That's where all the dead people hang out. Alright. Right over here, you'll notice, if we don't run off the road, There is our fuel area where we manufacture fuel. So we bring canola in there and it produces diesel fuel for us. And then as a byproduct, we get a little bit of, I guess maybe you'd call it digestate or whatever, but you basically get some liquid slurry and you also get some mixed rations. So this is a little city right here. We're going to be on this map now probably throughout till the end of the year. If you've been watching us on Twitch, you would have seen since February when we did Chore Logs, we did leave Goldcrest soon after. I was absolutely getting tired or bored of doing the vanilla style farming. We went to some really nice maps. We went to our version of Hobbs that we re-edited. We had about a 120-hour edit on there, and then some other folks that put a lot of work in. We had Pine Cove from Stevie, which was a phenomenal map. Wasn't Seasons Mod compatible. We did a run throughout the summer of that map, and we just got done with that, and now we're over here on Dusty Cove, and we'll be playing this map for a while with this Seasons Mod. Okay, I do get stuck here. It's one little thing about this truck. When you're going slow, it's like that back axle kind of gets stuck right there, but usually you just back up and you get right through it. There we go. Now you want to kind of watch what you're doing there. You want to come through and center your... Oh, you got a car in your way. Oh boy. Yep. Go ahead forward and let that car go. He's got a car stuck. Okay. Oh my goodness. You're going to have to maneuver around that, bud. Back your trailer up. So I just went ahead and turned traffic off for him so he could get backed up. They were piling right up behind him. That's one of the things that's so lovely about the map. Alright, come on in here now. This is kind of tight quarters. If we ever do get a mixing station, it's going to have to go right here to our right. It's literally the only place on the map that it works. We've also got our wool selling right there. This is also a buy point over here to our right. Those silos, they actually buy grain. And then this was the best place on the map to put in our seed and fertilizer stuff. Now, if I could do this over, I probably would have edited a nice little parking lot in somewhere. I kind of forgot about that during the edit. That's kind of some of the things I usually do when I re-edit a map to make it work for our server and our use. But it went right over me and I forgot. So it works out pretty good over here, and everything else on the map is pretty tight anyway. So what we're going to do... And here's our little water truck over here, by the way. Little water tanker truck that we use. Holds 50,000 liters. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to back this up. Just stay right there. Don't move. I'm going to back this trailer up right here. If I can get over a little bit, I'm going to have to pull forward again. There we go. Back that up right there. And I'm just going to leave that trailer sitting right there because I want to process all that grain through. Now, a quick rundown of these, just stay right there for 1 second. In fact, you can jump out of the tractor because I'll go ahead and take that. And if you want to jump in the truck, you can pull it forward a little bit. So how this works is you bring solid manure from the cows and the pigs over here along with liquid manure, liquid slurry from the cows and the pigs, and also from the biogas. You get a little bit from our biodiesel rather. You bring that over here and you dump that in, and it holds up to 20,000 there, and then you will get out I think it's 30,000 in fertilizer, 30 or 40, I think it's 30, but anyway, you get fertilizer, the white fertilizer, dry fertilizer out of there. Then you can take that, and of course, you'll keep some of it in your auger wagon for fertilizing time, which is the time of year it is in the summer right now. You'll also run some right over here and dump some right here into this bin, up to 20,000 there. You'll get 20,000 water in here, and out of that, you will get up to, I think again, it's 30,000, 30 or 40,000 in liquid fertilizer. So liquid fertilizer. Now you can go ahead and hook your pipe up to there, to your truck, your tanker truck. We have a tanker that holds the liquid fertilizer. You'll put the liquid fertilizer in there. That'll go for all your sprayers and, you know, basically spraying applications in those really big, the big planters like the Big Bud Pack. They actually take liquid fertilizer, I believe. Then what you have left, you will run over here. So a little bit of liquid fertilizer goes right in here. This can hold 10,000. So you put 10,000 liquid fertilizer in here along with grain. Doesn't matter what grain, it could be any grain, just any grain in the game, any seed will work. You dump it in here and you will get out what you see right here. So you'll dump it in, it'll be brown color, and then there's a big auger thing inside there that will stir this, and it takes a little while, but once it gets done you'll have a full bin of seed. Now that is the seed right there that you can go ahead and put into one of these Auger Wagon systems right here. This is from the Big Bud pack, all vanilla. And you can go ahead and run this over to your seed machines everywhere on the map and get seed put in. So we're going to back up. Now I did have to do a little bit of editing to this mod and those fertilizer mods, but I think you can find all these right on the Giants website. Those things were a little bit dickered looking as far as the foundations. I had to fix that and do some other tweaks. And then with this seed machine here, let me back up here. I had to do a little bit of editing to this as well. This little spout there was too low, and I had to put that up a lot higher. Let me see here. There we go. We're just gonna back that in right there, and we can shut that tractor off. We'll put that right there. This tractor can just sit down here for a little bit, because what we'll do is we'll use that. Actually, you know what? What we can do is unhook that. That's what we need to do. And I also want to do one thing. I want to point out one thing too. If we go over here and we turn our HUD back on, you will notice that there is the settings, says actual settings, manual charging. Basically that means auto loading or unloading. And if we turn it to automatic, what we've seen in the past in multiplayer is that actually can lag the server out. It can cause lag problems. You can just stay right there, Aiden. So you want to make sure that you don't use that feature. Just do manual. I'm going to do automatic right now because I'm standing here and I screwed it up because I unhooked it. We'll let that drain the 10,000 or so down in here. And as soon as it's done, I'll be able to put it back to manual. So we'll have to back a piece of equipment up to this in order to fill it. Okay, so what I'll do here now is I'll back up and hook up to this. There we go. We're going to go ahead and dump our seed in there. Whoops. This thing ready to go. I think it's full. Yep, 10,000 there. It's still unloading that. It's still got a few thousand. So now you can see what it's done here. I should have shown what it looked like when it was empty. It has a big auger bit inside, but anyway. It is full now. Fertilizer is up there, so it actually uses, so for every 10,000 seed it uses 1,000 here. So you don't have to fill this every time. So hypothetically when it gets done with this, here we should have 7,791 left in that tank. Okay, now that this is done, I want to make sure that we go back. See, it's on automatic charging. Every little bit that it's doing. Now if you're in a single player you could probably leave it. In fact, if you're in a multiplayer and there's nobody on the server, you might be able to get away with it, but we want to make sure that we put that back to manual filling. There we go. Now it'll accumulate, so it works a lot better for the lag on the server. Otherwise, it's an absolutely wonderful mod. Again, I believe you can get this right off of Giants website. You remember how to get back? Actually, you know what? You drive that truck and I'm going to drive this one. That's what we're going to do. I've got this one right here, buddy. Yeah. And since I'm rolling out here, and I should have some water, we made a nice place to drive in and get water on this map. There's actually several places. I'm just going to back up and drop some water. Just give me a second. I just love the way this truck looks. It looks like a perfect tanker truck. There we go. We select on the back part there. These ITs are on, I think, main Giants website as well. This will hold 20,000. One thing I did to the map, I want to point out, you'll probably have noticed that this map has a very beautiful kind of rolling hills that are all around it by default. And it looks really, really nice, especially in the summertime. But in the winter, it looked like you were in a giant snow globe. And that was kind of killing my immersion, so One of the big things I changed, it took a lot of time, but we went through and kind of rebuilt the whole outside of the map with something that's more neutral, so no matter what time of the year it is, it always looks good. No matter if it's summer, if it's winter. We added a whole lot more trees and detail on the map. We redid the forest. There was probably only a few hundred trees in it. Now there's many thousands of trees. It's just ridiculous how many trees are in there. And just, you know, bits and pieces all through the map we've gone through and kind of just tweaked, you know, again, just for the use of our server. And there's those darn cars. Now that we shut them off, turn them back on, they kind of get glitched until we get out of the server. One of the other things that I did was no matter where you are on the map, you basically can't get yourself in trouble anymore. So anywhere where there's water or a bridge or anything like that, you cannot go off of those anymore because I have put collision points everywhere in the map. That took a lot of hours too, but I wanted to make sure that for our server we didn't have situations where I was having to come on every other day to reset vehicles. So there's just a lot of little tweaks like that that we've done for our use. Alright, follow me into here. I'm going to go ahead and you could just stay right in the yard by the cows here with that truck. I'm going to pull in here and we're going to go up to the water area, which is just over here. Now, with these cows, again, I don't know if it's a map thing or a seasons mod thing. I think it might be the way the map is, which is really nice. The manure doesn't just magically appear in the bin over here. It's not the way it works. You actually have to go into the barn here and scoop it. It's a big pile actually right there behind those cows. You have to scoop that and then put it in the pit yourself. But what we do is we dump it right into this IT bin, and I don't think, yeah, there's nothing in there right now, and we pick that up and we haul that to wherever we need it. So I've got to get into this truck though, and we've got to select backwards here. We're going to give them a little bit of water. Whoop, we're missing. There you go, you can see this thing working. Lifts it right up, makes her look real nice. And this is what the IT is so nice. So if we wanted to unload this somewhere, watch out buddy, jump off. You get hurt. Whoop, those wheels caught on the back. There we go. That's what you can do with the IT stuff. You can hook it and go. But this one pretty much stays on here. Now eventually we'll have trailers sitting, you know, kind of all over. There it goes. Got to get on those rollers right there. Look at that. Real nice. Just love these trucks. I don't know how we did it without them. We have some stuff that hauls more than these, but this style of farming, especially a UK style map, and with Seasons mod, it's not about, you know, being able to do everything all at once in one load with this huge piece of equipment. It's kind of more fun to do a little bit smaller stuff. Why don't you grab that truck and bring it over here. Alright, I'm just going to park this truck right here for right now. We're going to take that truck, and what do you want to do? Do you want to bale, or do you want to go and cut grass and load it into this truck?
Cut grass.
You want to cut grass?
Yeah.
Alright, the man said it. We're going to go ahead and jump in and buy a Forage Harvester. Now, we don't really want to spend the money for the big guy yet. I don't know if it's such a good idea. I think this one right here, you know, goes the same speed and pretty much going to get the same job done. So we're probably going to go with the big X580, and we're going to get the X-Disc 620 for that so we can do some mowing. We're going to use this thing to do a bunch of different things. We'll probably use it a little bit on the fields, but we're also going to use it to go and run around the, like, all the roads, cutting the ditches and things like that. And also, if you guys are wondering, you know, how we get our money and stuff like that, all of it's been legit earned that we've done, you know, over the last year almost now on our Twitch streams with all of our other maps and things like that. And we've combined all of our maps as we go. So none of our money has been hacked, cheated, or, you know, just stuffed in here. Everything has been paid, and we've taken out some loans along the way and paid massive amounts of interest just to make sure that we're you know, keeping that difficulty up. Go ahead and leave that tractor right there and shut it off. It's important to shut your tractors off. jump in this truck and meet me back at the store, okay? While he's working his way over here, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up our pretty brand new piece of equipment. We're gonna get right up there. And I'll probably knock out one of our smaller fields. We're gonna be doing a lot of baling. They always say, make hay while the sun shines. And that is definitely what it's doing here. Now, it takes until the first day of the first day of summer before you'll actually get the grass at full growth. So the grass in here will automatically be adjusted according to the time of year. So when it's winter, the grass, of course, goes to like as if it was just cut. And of course, the snow will cover it at that point. Come spring, you'll have to wait for that snow to melt, and then you'll see that the grass is still at first level. So you definitely want to be planning out in Seasons Mod exactly what you're going to be doing as far as, you know, cutting and things like that. But these fields are all at their final stage of growth because it is summer. You can cut when it's second stage. In fact, if you do that and you do it more often, you'll actually end up with more grass in the end. If you guys have questions about that stuff, you can always fire away those questions in our comments section. Another thing that's really important, if you're interested in our server or, you know, interested in just Seasons Mod and farming in general, Farming 17 that is, we highly encourage you to join us over on our Discord channel. That link is down below along with our TeamSpeak. You're welcome to jump in. Those are open to all. Alright, I see Aiden rolling down the road. You did a pretty good job getting here. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what field should we cut? Go ahead and slow down. Looks like there is not a way to get in that field. This thing should probably have a trailer to haul this. But today I'm going to kind of be a little bit risky here. Oh, okay, we do have crops over here now. Uh-oh. This is just going to be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and let's drive in here. Hopefully we left room with our seed stuff. Don't hit any of our seed stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little turn here. You do the same thing. You turn around. There we go. How's our seed since we're over here? It looks like it's doing pretty good. And it's processing it, so that's good. You turn around and we'll come back out here. Hopefully we don't get a mess of cars as we go. Alright, we're going to have to backtrack a little bit. Uh-oh, these cars are stopped. Yeah, that's what they were doing before, I think. It's different cars now. We're just going to go ahead and go right around them here. We don't have time to stop and smell the roses. Oh, there's a little grass field right here. Let's go ahead and toot right over to that one. We'll have to go around the city. Going right through town. There we go, all of our lights. And here's a gas station in the default map where you can get fuel. We've put the trigger underground so it's not accessible. Oh, gotta make sure we don't hit anybody here. Come on, quick. Oh, no. No! Why are these AI so dumb? Come on. No respect for a farmer. Get over, bud. Get over and let this truck go. This is such a mess. No respect for the farmer. We're going to have to get a trailer for moving this around. You really got to be a lot more disciplined on this map. Alright.
I think we should put that guy to jail.
Put him in jail. Yeah, this used to be a really nice little parking lot full of cars and little street lamps and parking stalls and things like that. I removed all that because I knew that we needed to have a place to put our fuel. If you've been watching us on Twitch, you've seen how this thing works. Just a real quick run through. You drive canola over here and you drop canola right here. And in fact, it's processed all of our canola. But you drop canola in right there. And then if you come over here, you get fuel. You get diesel fuel out of here. And you can come over and pick that up. And then you get those byproducts of a little bit of mixed rations, which actually that's a pretty nice amount. So we should come back with that truck at some time and fill up. And we can give that right straight to our cows. And then over here, you'll get some of that slurry. And that can be spread on the field as fertilizer. And that's what it's kind of intended to be as a byproduct, as a fertilized But of course the game's limited on what you can have as far as amount of things, so they've put it into like a slurry, and we just take it and probably will use some of it for fertilizer, and then also of course putting it in the fertilizing plant. What you're going to do is you're going to drive right behind me, and then I'm going to shoot it right over your cab, and you got to get tucked in close and follow me so that we can get this hammered out. This will probably be the only field that I'll use this on for the time being, because I really want to make sure that we get some hay bales in storage. That's very important. Okay, we'll fire that up. Here we go. Go ahead and follow me now. There you go. You're right on my bumper. Right on my bumper. Okay, I'm gonna trust you that you're right on my bumper now, okay? We're gonna go through and mow this. And we'll turn this into silage. Which the silage I think takes about 3 days now in order to get. So it takes, basically we do early summers today, so we'll be getting some silage on the first day of midsummer. And these fields do benefit if you fertilize them in Seasons Mod, so on grass fields it actually would be a benefit. Next season we'll probably be plowing all these grass fields up, because right now they show that they're in need of plowing, and I think that might also help our yield. And we'll probably replant the grass. We're going to change where some of the grass fields are. Should have probably got right up in that corner. You got to follow real close, like you're almost like you're going to push me. There you go. There you go, just like that. Just like that. Turn the best that you can there. Don't hook yourself though. Don't hook yourself. Yeah, there you go. Swing her wide. There you got her. Okay, keep coming. There you go. Keep coming. Don't drive on our grass. You want to drive behind me as much as you can. You knock the grass down a stage with the wither wheels. This used to be a parking lot here, but we kind of just got rid of that mess too. But yeah, we're gonna plow up and change where some of the grass fields are. I think this will stay a grass field here. So we'll have a grass field here, and then some different ones scattered around. But we want to try to get them located a little bit closer to one another. And there's a couple of grass fields that would make nice crop fields, and vice versa. So another change that you'll notice as we truck along is that we put hedgerows and more trees along the coast. This used to be all wide open. You just basically looked at where it rolled right down into the ocean. And I like to have some detail there, as well as we need to have something on our server to prevent non-admin people from running into the ocean and having us in here every 15 minutes resetting vehicles. You got to get right up, tucked in there, bud. There you go. Doing good now. We're going to turn right here. Go. We'll hook right back up. Watch out for the gate. Perfect. Okay, let's go around one more time. That way we got a little bit of turning around room. And then we should be able to cut going back and forth. We'll get our next video out here in the next week or so before the end of summer, because we're going to cover some more of that baling. And I'm going to take you guys through each season. Now, this last spring I wanted to get on and show you, but honestly, with the fact that we started this save out brand new, there was nothing from winter carried over. In other words, we didn't have all the snow and everything that had to melt. And so it was kind of a unique spring in that matter. And honestly, one of the least interesting, because also our farm, we were trying so hard to get it off the ground, get everything sorted out. And, it was a good one to kind of skip. But now that we're in the summer, today is the first day of early summer, we're going to take you through the entire seasons and keep you guys up to date on the jobs that we're doing. One thing we're not going to focus on heavily on this map, though, is the forestry part of it. Even though I redid the entire forest, both of the forests on this map. We are going to do a little bit of cutting probably in the winter because we won't have a lot of other things to do during those 9 days. But we're gonna basically keep our focus on the farming, and we're gonna be redoing another map that is going to be strictly logging only. It's going to be no farming, no fields, nothing like that on the map. It's just all one giant forest, and we're going to be working on leveling it from one end to the other. I'll try to get some videos of that. That map isn't even edited yet, so a lot of work to do. It probably won't be until October, middle of October before we see that map, but that'll be happening mostly on Twitch with all of our Twitch subscribers coming in and helping us. I cannot say it enough, folks. If you're not watching us on Twitch, you're missing out the best farming you're going to find on YouTube and Twitch, because we get a group of people in here that have been farming with us for years, and we get very organized, and we do some other really cool things like giving you a drone view. So we call that our dual streams, where I'll actually be farming and I'll stay mostly first person, and then I'll have the other PC on our other internet that's actually doing the overhead view, so you can watch all the other players working in action simultaneously on your screen at the same time. Nobody's done this yet. We're the first ones to do it like that on Twitch. We call it our GunninGamerz dual stream, and it's pretty fun. I really enjoy it. Of course, I have the monitor for the second stream right above me, so I'm able to get like an aerial view of all the action going on, and which helps me kind of organize some of the things that we're doing, and it's all a lot of fun. And that's twitch.tv/GunninGamerz, so you gotta get over there and watch. One thing that's really nice about doing it like this is you don't leave anything on the ground to have to pick up. And in Seasons mod, if you leave grass sitting around, guess what? Within a couple of days it rots and goes away. So you just can't leave things sitting around.
It's like real life.
Yes, it is. Makes it a lot more realistic. Alright, he's just about to pull into the yard. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in this guy right here. We need to get something like a silo compactor, but for now I'm gonna just drive over it with this a few times if I can, kind of compact it down a little bit, kind of move it around. Drive right in here. We haven't used any of these pits yet, so I'm hoping that they work and they don't bleed grass through the edges. And we're gonna have you pull right up here, like where I am, and then you're gonna back around kind of like I am. You're gonna back into that pit, and that's where we're gonna dump it. There you go. Doing a good job. Good job. There you go. Back her right up in there. Kind of tuck in there a little bit. Yeah, it's probably good right there, right there. We're going to force dump that right there. I have no idea. We haven't, like, used any of this stuff, so we want to make sure that this works, but he's dumping everything right there. It's looking good. Pull forward, keep pulling, there you go. Just like an old dump truck. Okay, pull out of there. And I'll probably have to keep that on here. If you want to drive back there, go ahead.
I want to.
Really need to get the right tool for this job, but I'm going to kind of smooth some of this out here. I'll tell you, bud, we should have done hay. It would have been a little bit easier to do all that baling. Yeah, if you want to drive back and forth on there, you go ahead.
Take that truck.
Yeah, I'll take the truck over there. You just keep backing up. Just leave the bucket up, though. If you end up digging the bucket into it, it'll actually uncompact it, and you'll end up fluffing it up even more. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and fire this thing back up again. This time I'll be able to use the GPS. So go ahead and tuck right in behind me. Let's whack this out as quickly as we can. Pull right up tight to me there. There, you keep coming, keep coming. Pull up tight. My speed will stay the same, so cruise control would be a good thing to use too.
I think you're missing.
Yep, I am missing because I've got the GPS, so we're getting a nice straight line. Just don't drive on that. I'm going to get up here and turn around, and we'll get that little sliver there. There we go.
Heck no.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. This thing works out pretty nice. Another way of cutting grass. Like I said, we probably won't use this a lot on the fields because we, you know, we'll have other ways also of getting silage. But in the summertime, this is not a bad way of doing it, and you know, allows you to get out there and just get the grass, get it right into some bins. We'll probably be using this thing a lot more to go around the fields that we already own, and to also, you know, maybe go along the roadsides and things like that. I don't want to do anything super unrealistic because you wouldn't normally go driving through the ditch with one of these, but there's some few areas where it's definitely some flat spots and lots of nice grass, and I wouldn't mind hitting those up. Yeah, we'll probably only have to unload the truck one more time, and the way it looks. Okay, here we go. Tuck right up here. Now if we do, like I said, hay bales, you tether it and you dry that hay. Those bales will last in a shed, I think, forever. If they're outside, they have to be wrapped. Granted, they won't turn to silage if they're hay. There's no moisture there to do that. But grass bales in here, you really, really don't want to be doing that. Grass bales, if you're doing grass bales, you better find a way to do something with that grass in a hurry. And what I mean by that is if you put it to grass bale and then you let it set around, it's going to start rotting, even if it's in the shed, I guess. And I think you only got a couple of days. Go ahead and pull up close. I'm waiting. There you go. Okay, let's go. Follow me now. So you could do some grass as long as you're going to get rid of it. Or I guess maybe sell it. Haven't really tried doing that and don't think we will, but this grass should go over and run a load to the sheep. Even though they probably need to be cleaned.
I didn't clean them.
Well, how do you clean the sheep? You scoop up the stuff on the ground.
There's not a way that you can actually clean their bodies?
No. They get sheared, but that's all done automatically. Alright, make sure you're tucked up here now. Nice and tight. Ready? Here we go. Follow me close. Nice and quiet in the cab. I miss being in first person sometimes, but yeah, we're gonna actually, you know, you gotta keep those animals, you gotta keep those cows, you gotta keep those sheep clean. You gotta clean up around their food area, their trough. Pick up all the grass that they spill and dump it back in. That's something that needs to be done. And we'll get to that tomorrow. And I'll probably use this again in the field. We'll have lots of people in the server tomorrow. We'll just cut another load and we'll top everything off because we did feed all the animals yesterday. So you basically get 3 days that you have to feed animals before they start starving and dying. Not 6 days like vanilla farming. I mean, you can always drive up alongside of me too.
That way.
Yeah. Yep, you can drive up alongside of me now. You stay on the part that we already cut. That works just fine too. Keep on coming into me there. There you go. You can tuck right in there.
The sheep will be so happy
They'll probably go, bah. Alright, let's go ahead and check what you're at. Yep, 98%. We hit that one pretty good, bud. Well, I'll go ahead and go back to compacting and you haul that over. Alright, I'm just driving back and forth a few times. He did a little bit. I'm probably not even going to fully compact this because tomorrow morning we'll get back to work on it some more. And we'll also get one of the silo rollers too. Have that by morning. Alright, we got that compacted out to 100%. We'll go ahead and pull out of the way here so he can come up and dump. It's just about pulling in the yard. Perfect timing. There he goes. He's backing right in there. This looks good, buddy. Keep going. You're gonna have to... Whoa! I think you just took the door off the truck. There you go. Turn and back in. Turn sharp. There you go. Back right up. This time we'll go right for the middle. of the pit. All right, go ahead and pull that out of there for me now. I just kind of back dragged out a little bit.
I'll tell you when I get there.
Yep, and I'm right down to, yeah, we're at 56% compacted. I think I'm gonna have to do something with that right there. He kind of got right out of the pit on me there. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and leave that pit. I'm not going to really use this thing too much more tonight for the purposes of compacting because it is quite time consuming, and we're going to end up filling it a lot more, and we'll get a silage roller over here to do it properly. That's crazy, all the stuff that we've done over the years. Just looking back, you know, thinking about it, you know, this month, Aiden, was 4 years ago. This month, it was September of 2013. Wait for that pipe. September of 2013 that you and I did our very first chore log in Farming 13. September of 2013. Can you believe that? Or can you believe it's been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hard to imagine that time has just flown by, and farming has changed so much, and heck, even you've changed. Now I think you were 3.5 years old, and now you're 7.5. It'll be kind of crazy another 4 years from now. That'll make you 11.5. Almost be driving. Any guesses on how many more passes?
2.
2 passes. Yeah, you might be right. Now there might be third down at the end there. Okay, and he is ready. Starting to really get into a mode now. See, when you get kind of things figured out of what you're doing, it goes a lot quicker. It works that way on our multiplayer times that we do on Twitch when we have a huge group of people. Every big job that we do, we always start off a little bit slower, and then as the night progresses, man, we start just whacking things out, and especially with forestry. Forestry, we always end up, you know, kind of knocking down some trees, knocking down, and then pretty soon, oh, you're too far away there, you gotta swing in. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pretty soon we end up, you know, working at twice the speed. Back, can't remember when it was. I'm gonna do a turn here because we're at the end, so yeah, we'll split off like that. I think it was, what, a month or so ago we actually did where we cut down 800 trees in one night. It was a long night. Went into the early morning hours over there on Twitch. Had a huge group in. We were on Pine Cove. Okay, come over here. I'm cutting, so I need you to, yeah, pull up here. Just stay right with me because I'll be hitting this, and then we'll have one more pass. But it's pretty neat, especially with the dual stream. Having the camera where you can watch from above, see the trees falling down, and the whole crew just going to work. You've been over helping a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
In the forestry. Yep, so.
I always love that.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a new map that we're going to do, and like I said, it's going to be all forestry. That's all we're going to work on. There won't even be farm fields, just one giant forest, and we're going to go start at one spot on the map and just work right to the other, knocking everything down. All right. Now you have the easy job. You just got to go back to the farm and dump. I, on the other hand, I'm going to fit through here in front of you. Careful. I've got to figure out how I'm going to get this thing moved through. I think I might take this back to the store and maybe pick up a trailer for this header because this is definitely not going to work out well.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll meet you back at the farm. I'm just going to go up to the store and park this because we're going to need to get some kind of a trailer or something. Alright, if you want to jump out of that truck, I'll go ahead and switch with you. Go ahead and, I know what you're wanting to do.
What?
Oh, come on, don't act like you don't know. You gonna take a grass shower?
Oh, yes.
He never, ever misses out the opportunity. Here we go. Aiden's grass shower. Right in there. I've seen you bathe in a lot worse. There you go. Oh, you went right in the trailer there. Okay, and that thing's going down. And we're gonna just actually leave this truck right here too, because like I said, well, there we go. In the morning, all this stuff will be going back to work. So what do you think of the Seasons mod in Dusty Cove?
It's beautiful. I wonder how winter will look like.
Oh, you're gonna love winter. This whole yard will be covered in snow. We'll be in here plowing, and I've got a whole method. It works really well. You kind of go right through here and push all the snow out both sides, and you just make big snow piles out into the fields. Very realistic. It's a lot of fun. It really is going to be interesting, and there'll be lots more videos to come. We're going to stay on these videos to keep you guys updated, but again, if you really love this content, you know where to go. Twitch.tv/GunninGamerz. Well, that's going to conclude this Chore Log number 8. We're going to sit here for a minute and watch these girls eating. They are our money makers. I want to encourage you to check us out on our Discord channel, our TeamSpeak, and our Steam. All the links are down below. You'll find those there. Aiden, did you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I really like this mod. I'm wondering how all the seasons will. I'm really curious how fall and winter will look like, and this season's actually it's a lot beautiful, and I wonder how fall will look like.
Yeah, fall is probably going to be one of the most beautiful seasons on here, and that's right during the harvest, so it's going to look very realistic with all the trees, the hedges, the bushes, everything, the grass, all turning fall colors. So that's going to be coming up here in a few weeks. Don't forget to leave us a comment down in the comments section. Let us know what you think of these videos. And as always, hit that like button on your way out. And until next time, take care.